allowing me to present this evening. And as you all know, I'm Gail Chaddock-Costello, President of the Langley Teachers Association. And I'm presenting here this evening on the topic of TTOC shortages. I know that that's a subject near and dear to all your hearts. The Langley Teachers Association, in an effort to gather and garner information, distributed a survey to all teachers asking questions about the frequent shortage of teachers teaching on call. We had a return rate of 21% of our membership. That's a statistically significant return rate, and the following data confirmed the LTA's concerns that teachers frequently do not receive a TTOC, or teacher teaching on call, in their absence. One of the questions asked was, if you requested a TTOC during this school year for any reason and you didn't receive one, 51% of the respondents said yes. We asked again, have you ever been called back from a professional development or other event due to the TTOC shortage? 27.5% of the respondents said yes. And again, we asked, have you ever been denied the opportunity to attend a Pro-D or other event due to the TTOC shortage? 14% of the respondents said yes. And we asked again, if you were assigned a TTOC, you did receive one, was your TTOC reassigned during your prep block to cover for another teacher? 27% of the respondents said yes. And if your TTOC was assigned to another teacher, has your preparation time been reinstated as per our collective agreement and as per the union's grievance win on contractual rights to preparation time? 21% of the respondents said no. But frankly, the more interesting statistic was the 75% who said that the question was not applicable. That was a surprise, and I presume that it may mean that there are a number of Langley teachers who are not aware that they are entitled to have their prep time reinstated if it is reassigned by their administrator during their absence. This is a concern that we since addressed via a staff rep memo to all staff reps, which is then distributed via email to all members in all schools, and also at our monthly staff rep meeting yesterday. Contractually, Langley teachers shall receive their preparation time, and as long as they have left work for their TTOC to do during their preparation block, then that preparation time must be reinstated by the administrator, bringing in a TTOC within 10 working days of the missed prep time. We also had questions for non-enrolling teachers. If you are a non-enrolling teacher, have you been asked to leave your assignment to cover for a classroom teacher? 19% of the respondents said yes. Of those non-enrolling teachers, such as resource, library, ELL, and if you were asked to leave your assignment to cover, how many of you had that time reinstated? Less than 2%, 1.64% said their time had been reinstated, which may mean that these teachers are pulled away from providing the services that they were hired to provide to students, but their time is never reinstated or restored. This represents a significant loss of services to Langley students who are allocated services but do not receive them if their specialist teachers are pulled to provide coverage during a TTOC shortage and that time is never reinstated. This is the verbal feedback that we've also received from our staff representatives at our monthly meetings. Resource teachers in particular, at the elementary level, are pulled, and yet, when they do request a TTOC to assist with students who missed out on services, they frequently don't receive one because their absence is coded as non-essential. A further survey will definitely be required to determine precisely how much time has been lost by our specialist teachers and when they've been required to cover for TTOC shortages. So we begin to ask, how significant is this problem in Langley? And based on the data supplied by the HR department to the LTA, we do get a weekly report, we have had 219 days of teacher absences that were not filled between September and early March, an average of approximately 9 days per week of lost productivity by teachers and or administrators leaving their work to fill in due to the TTOC shortage. The ongoing shortage has raised several questions. Given that Langley has opened 3 new schools in the last several years, and that Langley has recorded increased enrollment in each of the last 3 years, and that approximately 200 teachers have retired from mostly 1.0 full-time equivalent positions in the last 3 years, and given that the statistics provided by the TIE report in 2014 state that there are currently 3,300 teachers available for every 900 teaching jobs posted in BC, then the question can be asked, why then is Langley experiencing such difficulty in maintaining an adequate TTOC list? The LTA is aware that this is an issue throughout the entire Lower Mainland, and that our neighboring district of Surrey does attract some of our TTOCs due to the fact that their rollover language, which means the days work that are required to move from a TTOC position into a contract position, are much less than are required in Langley. That, unfortunately, though, is a situation and a position that we can't address until the next round of the bargaining table. The LTA is concerned, though, that the TTOC shortage can add stress to already stressful situations in schools. When a regular teacher is absent, it can create an increase in acting out behavior from students who are facing challenges in the classrooms. When teachers are called into cover during their prep time due to TTOC shortages, they then must work late to complete the work that they intended to do during their prep block or blocks, during which time they covered for other teachers. When specialist teachers are called to cover, their students do not receive services. The teachers anticipating support from these specialists do not receive it, and those specialist teachers are, from our statistics, the least likely to have their missed time replaced. This is despite the fact that they are entitled to a TTOC to assist in or reinstating support to their assigned students who were missed when they worked within their school as a TTOC. The LTA is also aware that the HR department is working to add to the TTOC list, and that due to the rate that TTOCs are being moved off the list and into term and contract positions, the TTOC list continues to be understaffed. We think this calls for even more creative solutions and to seek out TTOCs and to retain them in a way that might keep them on the Langley list. Some suggestions are to attend hiring fairs outside the province and outside the usual venues, some increased advertising highlighting the percentage of TTOCs in Langley finding regular employment and our growing student population, hence the likelihood that work is on the horizon. Perhaps even overhiring to address TTOC needs as well as those required for new hires throughout the school year. A return to the continuing TTOC contracts we used to offer to attract TTOCs in hard-to-fill teaching areas by guaranteeing them full-time work from day one that provides them with the ability to gain experience, improve their practice, and still apply for positions within the district within the classroom. An increase in funding to the district's mentorship program to assist in providing supports to the increasing number of new teachers and TTOCs. Efforts need to be made to restore faith in schools and among teachers that the district is working hard to ensure that TTOCs are available when required. Enhanced efforts will also reduce the perception held by some that the TTOC shortage is planned or somewhat intentional because it reduces costs borne by the district. It returns funds to the district budget, but not to the affected schools when TTOCs are not employed. The 219 days of TTOC shortages to date, based on an average cost of salary and benefits of approximately $350 per day, equates to a district saving of $76,650. Teachers and the union would like to see those funds expanded to reinstate lost time in the affected schools, reducing teacher workload, and most importantly, allowing teachers to continue to provide the services to students for which they are employed. Having said all of that, I'd like to thank you once again for allowing me the opportunity to present to the Langley Board of Education and the district leadership team. And as always, the union looks forward to working with you to find solutions for our mutual concerns for the benefit of teachers and for students. Thank you very much.